Hello everyone, this is Dano, founder of DefDevice, and in this video I'm gonna map out what it takes to get started on Amazon Japan, which is the fourth biggest Amazon marketplace on the planet, so it might be worth to consider to start selling there. Let's have a look at the Japanese culture first, which needs to be considered if we do business with Japanese. First of all, it's very different from what we know in the West. It's a blend of ancient traditions and modern innovations. It places a strong emphasis on politeness, respect, and hierarchy. Bowing is a common gesture of respect, and proper etiquette governs various aspects of daily life, such as gift-giving, dining, and social interactions. Japanese society values group harmony, wa, and emphasizes collective well-being over individual desires. Japan has a rich heritage of traditional arts such as tea ceremonies, flower arranging, calligraphy, and theater. These artistic pursuits embody the principles of Zen philosophy and have deep cultural significance, setting them apart from the traditional arts of many Western countries. The concept of saving face is crucial in Japanese culture. Avoiding embarrassment, confrontation, and causing discomfort to others is highly valued. One would hope that this would result in no one-star reviews given on Amazon, which is unfortunately not the case. The appreciation of nature and seasonal changes is deeply ingrained in Japanese culture. Events and traditions are often tied to the seasons, and the beauty of cherry blossoms during spring and autumn foliage are celebrated nationwide. Anime, derived from the English word animation, is a distinct form of animated entertainment that holds immense cultural significance in Japan. Originating in the early 20th century, anime has evolved into a diverse and influential art form characterized by its colorful artwork, fantastic storytelling, and vibrant characters. The Japanese language has been heavily influenced by Chinese over the centuries, especially in the areas of vocabulary and writing system. The writing system in particular includes kanji, borrowed characters from Chinese, hiragana, a native phonetic script, and katakana, primarily used for foreign loanwords. The Latin or English alphabet is also used sometimes. As a result of these scripts, one word can be spelled out in different ways, which we have to consider in our keyword research. For example, the word Tokyo can be written in 3 completely different ways. This is something that one would not expect coming from a Western culture background. When running holiday promos, we have to take note that there is a big difference between Japanese and Western countries. So, for example, when we are looking at our first Christmas promo, we had to realize that there is no such thing in Japan. Japanese people do not celebrate Christmas. However, there are many other holidays that celebrate. And on this list, you can see kind of like the list arranged by their relevance. Let's look at some numbers here and compare Japan to the United States, just so you get the big picture of how Japan is different from the US. So the population is 123 million. The amount of English-speaking Japanese is less than 30%. The ethnic group is 98% Japanese, which is very different from what we see in the United States, which has many different ethnicities. The average age is 49 years, and the largest city is Tokyo with 37 million people. And Amazon has more than 100 million users, which is one number to be aware of here. Looking at the Japanese e-commerce marketplaces, Amazon is the biggest one with 597 million monthly visitors, followed by Rakuten with 532 million. As you see in the US, we have Amazon #1, eBay, and followed by Walmart and Craigslist. So having looked at these, the big picture, what Japan is about roughly, let's look at the opportunities that we can harvest by entering this market. So number one is, of course, the marketplace size. We have 123 million people. It's the first biggest Amazon marketplace on the planet. We have high GDP per capita, strong economy, and disposable income. We have a cultural affinity for online shopping. We have appreciation for Western goods, culture, and brands. Then we have proximity to China, which makes shipping so much faster and cheaper. And we can also get ahead of our competitors in the US or in Europe. So if you look at Amazon Japan and notice that your competitors are not yet selling there, this might be the time to start and get some head start in this area. Now, it does come with challenges, though, and I want to highlight the most important ones that we have to consider. So first of all, not just the language, but also the whole visual world looks rather different from what we are used to. And there is a particular conflict between the Zen minimalism aspect of Japanese culture and the extremely cluttered design in print in online media. So when we create our listings, we have to be aware of this. We have to be aware of all the cultural aspects, of all the language, of the three scripts and the English script on top of that. So creating listings, we have to navigate all these cultural aspects, and they all have to be reflected in our listings. We also need approval for certain categories like food-related products, cutlery, health products, and so forth. So we just have to be aware that some categories are regulated and we need permission to import those. Driving external traffic can be very different from what we are used to. If we are used to sell in Western countries, normally we would simply maybe run paid ads to our brand website or run Facebook ads or any of these things. Doing this in Japan also comes with all the cultural challenges. So we have to create a Japanese online presence in the first place. We might have to translate our website, our brand website. We might have to create Japanese social media channels and so forth. So all these things can be a bit more tricky and challenging than what we are used to. Other things to consider is the trademark approval and brand registry, the importer of records. And we might also think of localizing our packaging and our inserts. So when we have complex products which require instructions and a manual, these manual obviously has to also be in Japanese. The Amazon Japan roadmap. So these would be the steps that I recommend to get started on Amazon Japan. Number one is market research. We want to identify the relevant keywords for your products in Japanese, and then we want to check sales volume and have a look at our competitors. We want to check if the pricing is something that we can compete with, the amount of reviews, obviously, and you know the drill, how to find out what is happening in this marketplace in your niche. And if we see good opportunity, we want to move forward. Import regulations, we need to find out if we need approval to import our products. Then we want to check if our trademark is available. And to do that, we go to the Japanese platform for patent information. The URL is here. And you can simply type in the name of your brand and see if this name is available in your category. Importer of record is mandatory, so we need to find someone who will receive our goods and import them into Japan. A 3PL partner could make a lot of sense. So somebody who can receive our goods and store them in their warehouse. I know people who have their warehouse right next to the Amazon warehouse. This can come very handy to kind of manage your stock and replenish on a very short notice. So if that all is done, then we can start creating our listings. We can send the inventory, and then we can start setting up our PPC campaigns. Yeah, this is all business as usual, I guess. But before we get started, we just have to kind of tick the boxes mentioned above. And then, of course, we can also start with our off Amazon presence as soon as our listings are live and we have gathered like our initial amount of reviews. Yeah, so this is kind of the short version of getting started on Amazon Japan. If you need any help, please contact us. Go to devdevice.com/Japan or send an email to me, scan the QR code, and I'll be happy to have a chat with you and see how we can help you to get started. Thank you.